Connecting the body and the body. Connecting the body, heart, and mind. Connecting the body and the spirit. Connecting the heart, mind, and body. Connecting the heart, mind, and heart. Connecting the heart, mind, and the spirit. Connecting the spirit and the body. Connecting the spirit, heart, and mind. And connecting the spirit and the spirit. One for the body, one for the heart, one for the mind, one for the spirit. Divine truth, let me see, speak and hear it with accuracy, clarity, and simplicity. For my beloved brothers and sisters of humanity, for their highest, lightest, and brightest good, for their overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, praise in all our days. What was it? What was it before? What was it before? Okay, that one. And what it is and what it will be. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Muse. The Muse. We're going to get the book out on this deck, and we will be reading about these messages. So let's start there. We got some reading to do today for the reading. Okay. I don't know whose accent that is. I don't even know what kind of accent that is, but it came through. So number 15, the Muse. Let me see what it says. Upright. The Muse plays a song of upliftment and imagination. The petals of inspiration drift upon the wind, filling the air with light and creativity. This card shows a time of very heightened resourcefulness and inventiveness for you. Any creative project, new or old, can receive exceptional energy now, both from you and from the universe. Call to the spirit muses and let them join you and the creator within to lift your project to the skies. In the reversed, if you've been trying to give birth to a creative project, the labor pains are probably not over. Regardless of the type of endeavor, from a new business to a poem, you may be feeling caught in the proverbial writer's block with your ingenuity at a low ebb. Even if inspiration does trigger your creative action, there may be outside obstacles that hold your project at bay. Try not to be too dismayed, though. This is only a passing phase, and you'll be able to handle it well if you don't resist the energy at hand. For now, let yourself move into a more receptive state and gather your resources. The time for you to use them will soon be at hand. Okay, so this is about birthing things, creating things, using creative energy is at the bottom of the deck with the Muse, as that's what a Muse does. All right. I see the High Vibe Tribe in the house with Janine. All right. In what it was, what do we have here? In what it was, we have the Two of Roses, winged messengers. Before I read from the book, just intuitively what I'm seeing is you have a connection in spirit. This is somebody who lived a physical human life during your lifetime. You knew this person. You had so much love with this person that in their after their transition to the spirit realm, you would get messages from this person. And what has happened is for the spirit realm, they became the representative, the speaker of the, they're like you have thousands of ancestors and, I don't know how many angels you have. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to limit that, but you've got all these angels, you've got all these ancestors in the spirit realm, but you're highly receptive to this person. So once this person transitioned to spirit, I see like you can receive messages through your thoughts of them, through it's like you get a lot of messages from your transitioned loved ones, and they've been given because you are so receptive to them, to what they say, to what they are, that they have been given the mic, so to speak. Because there's all these energies in the spirit realm that are you're connected to, but they can't all speak at once. And so that would be overwhelming to you, and they know it. So it's like they have a microphone and only one of them gets to speak at a time, but they speak for the collective group of your soul connections, your spirit connections, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, like that. Okay. And for some of you, maybe this isn't, yeah, I'm seeing for somebody, this is a specific guide, and that guide plays this role for you. This message is much stronger for what I said first, though. It's much, very few of you are going to resonate more with the spirit guide over somebody you knew who lived is his physical human life, who transitioned to spirit. And I'm not going to tell you who that is, because all of you have someone different. So just without even reading the book, that's what I see. But let me find what the book has to say about the Two of Roses. Give me a moment. All right. The winged messengers, upright. A white dove carries a message on his beak and flies high above a table laid out for tea. One of the teacups has fallen over, and there are broken pieces of china on the table. Below the dove, a hawk flies into the scene with a message in his beak. This card indicates a small conflict in your home or family. It could involve you and another or others in your extended family. There could be money issues about the home, an inheritance, or personal finances. The dove brings a message from your spirit, a call to see this little drama through your higher mind and compassionate heart. You may feel compelled to be the peacekeeper or the provider in this situation. Let yourself do as your spirit guides you. The hawk, a predator, shows that there are times when you might have a tendency to be pulled into the fray yourself. With the hawk entering from the right, it certainly indicates there are more challenges coming your way. Happily, your spirit is high above those challenges, so you can see them clearly and deal with them effectively. In the reverse, the conflict has grown with this reversal, the table's disrupted, and it seems no one can come together. The hawk, a bird of prey, flies over the dove. Your fears and feelings may be drowning out the voice of your spirit, which makes it more and more difficult for you to promote peace within and around you. You may have to deal with some people or financial issues that seem damaging at this moment. Be careful that you aren't asked to give more than you have. Though the situation may seem very difficult, it's really a matter of everyone making an effort to set things straight. Those who are involved certainly may seem more intractable and unable to listen now. It's important to do what you can, but also step away from the conflict when others are determined to have their way. Even when this card is reversed, the dove reveals that the power of your spirit is your foundation and is always there to support you. Special note, whether this card is upright or reversed, you can gain further insight from the neighboring card. The hawk is just taken off from his perch in the card behind him. Look to that card to find out more about this conflict and its resolution. Let your spirit tell you if there are any past life influences at play. Okay, so this is definitely, they talked about the conflicts. You already know that this is in what it was. So this is a past energy. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm like, your spirit guides were there for you. Your soul connections, whoever this was that you feel closest to and receptive to from spirit, definitely was there to give you guidance through conflicts that have been. Okay. As long as you live on earth, you're in a school. There's always going to be challenges. I was also picking up on conflicts within the family. Anywhere where there was conflicts in the family, this is like you had spiritual help to rise above the conflicts that came through the family. In the what it is right now position, what do we have? The Ark of the Covenant, card number 11. So let's see what the book has to say about it. Let me just look at it real quick closer. So we have two people sitting next to a fire outside of a tent. A tent is a temporary home. We have the Ark of the Covenant within. What I know is within the Ark of the Covenant, it held the 10 commandments. So right now, this is like a situation is temporary, but I get in your heart, you know the right thing to do. It's important for you to keep doing the right thing. It's important for you to do the thing that your soul knows you should do. When you seem to be lost in the middle of nowhere, wandering in the desert, because that's what it seems to me. I see that you have this sacred, and I'm hearing sacred duty. Are you having the sacred duty to uphold? Yes, having the sacred duty to uphold spiritual law and do what's right in spiritual law. Okay, let's see what the book has to say about this Ark of the Covenant now. Upright. The stars are shining on a serene desert night. Fires burn before a number of white tents. Inside one of the tents, just beyond the open flap, rests the Ark of the Covenant. Two men sit by a crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or a title transfer. It can also show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. Most often, it indicates that you are living true to your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working toward greater discoveries, and bringing your unique contribution to the world. Your karma does not rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break with your covenant, it supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there is no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Don't let yourself get pulled into an emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has a far reaching influence that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work toward your highest purpose. To uphold the sacred covenant, you have to touch the world with your light. In the reverse, if there are legal dealings at issue, this card reverse could show a broken contract or a failed legal transfer. Be cautious with professionals who care for your investments and other things that you value at this time. While they may not be seeking to do you harm, they could be more neglectful than they should be. As significant as legal matters may seem, there is an even more important reference to you karmically. With the card reversed, the Ark of the Covenant is toppled, and you have broken your contract with your higher self. Perhaps you've avoided your karmic work and put your higher purposes aside because you're too busy or it's too hard. Or you have knowingly chosen to be directed by your fears and emotional needs instead of what's best for you. In either event, it's time to wake up and renew your covenant, not just in word, but in deed. Your life will simply not work until you do. So again, that's just giving me like, you do the right thing. You have this privileged position. Any challenges that you're still sitting in are temporary. And it is important to continue to do the right thing in alignment with what your soul is telling you, is in alignment with spiritual law, not violating others' rights, not violating others, or doing no harm unto none. Okay, doing no harm unto none. And they want me to put it out there too. I'm hearing doing harm unto one is not the same as defending yourself. Do harm unto no one doesn't mean you let them come and pummel you. No, you fucking throw blows and you fight back too. I'm just saying. Okay. In what it will be in the future, we have the Queen of Keys. Wow, she's happy standing there surveying the land. So it's some energy here that I'm seeing about um inheritances, and it's like somebody got some messages about promise of what's to come. It's like this looks like receiving the rewards for having done as was guided, directed by spirit, okay, by your higher self, by God, by spiritual law, however you want to talk about it, okay? But that's the energy that I'm getting. And then the rewards that comes from being an honorable person in regards to that. Upright. A queen dressed in a gown of rich colors and textures stands atop the tower of her great castle, happily looking over the rich, verdant hills of her domain. In the far distance, her husband returns from his travels. This card represents a woman of authority. She is sensitive, helpful, and thoughtful. She is confident in her authority, but always happy to celebrate the success of others. She could be a love interest for you or someone in your life. Besides referring to a positive woman of business, this card can represent you or another who is about to climb the ladder of success. Positions in banking, investment, real estate, and management may be coming. Self-employment in any industry could also be at hand, as well as greater financial independence, increased authority, or creative autonomy at work. In reversed, you could experience an emotional distancing from a businesswoman or have a difference of opinion or dispute with a woman in authority. You are a woman you know may be thinking about quitting a job, a higher position that you want may not be available. A position that you have earned may no longer be fulfilling for you. In some cases, this reversal can indicate being laid off or distancing in a love relationship. Regardless of how this reversal manifests, this is a time to consider your aspirations and all that brings you to your happiest next step in life. Okay. We were talking about creative pursuits with the muse, creativity, making beauty happen. And then we were talking about getting messages, being guided. And then we were talking about doing the right thing. And then we're seeing success that comes on the heels of all that. So seeing I heard on a lightweight, okay, on a lightweight, they're saying doing the right thing in business, doing the right thing at work, being a person of integrity overall is going to be the most beneficial path. So if there was anything that happened where somebody tried to tempt you to do the wrong thing, hey, let's get involved in doing this dirt right here, we can get away with it now. Don't You didn't play that. You didn't play that, and as a result, it's like you end up with more anyways. It's funny the way I saw that, and I love it for you because you're a person at the end of the day. This Ark of the Covenant is speaking to your integrity to yourself, to spirit, and to humanity overall, is what I heard, and to humanity overall. Yes, and that is a great reward for you. I see that you've been inspired. You're the muse and this winged messengers working closely together in your past energy. I see that you've been inspired, and whatever you've been inspired to create, uh, you could be right now with this Ark of the Covenant going through a time of some difficulties where because they're intense in the freaking wilderness in the middle of the desert. So it's like you could be right now just based off of your faith making it, which is awesome. Like a lot of people don't know how to do that, but I love that you're not one of those people. You know how to live by faith and walk by faith. Okay, you need to walk that talk, and that's exactly what you do. There's rewards coming in for you. Anywhere where there's legal matters involved, I do see like you were inspired to get involved in this legal matter uh, spiritually, and I see that what is true will be upheld. And I see you're gonna be happy that the way this queen is looking back at the Ark of the Covenant and at the winged messengers behind it, it's like at the end of the day, you end up saying to yourself, I'm so glad that I listened to my spirit. I'm so glad that I did the right thing. I'm so glad that I'm a person of integrity and that I have always been, is the way that I'm seeing it. All right. I'm being guided to pull from the Archangel Power Tarot cards. So let's get that deck out and see what else wants to add to our message in the AP class. Why? Okay, so they're like, this is not about me. This is about you. This is about all of you who know that you have come into advanced placement. You know that you are advanced place on the spiritual level. This is about you. This isn't about promotions. This isn't about um, soliciting. This isn't about any of that. This is about spiritual development and what's coming, and giving the messages to confirm, uplift, and encourage you, because you're already empowered. You already know what you are. Yeah, you already know what you are. As you are not some advanced placement means that you've gone beyond the normal. You've already gone beyond the normal. You already know more than the average. I heard more than the average yogi. Okay, so whenever they say that, I see Yogi Bear, and it's like, but I also see like spiritual leaders, even, or people who are seen as spiritual leaders. So it's interesting because they're just showing me like you have this depth of spiritual. I heard the word profundity. Yeah, I heard the word profundity, the depth of spiritual profundity. It's like you go deep spiritually, and this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful thing. It's like the ones that, thank you, the ones that go deeper spiritually serve it to anchor, serve to anchor the energy, serve to anchor the energy. Okay. Serve to anchor the energy. What energy? The energy that spirit is bringing through. The energy that spirit is bringing through for humanity at this time. Okay. Show me more with the winged messengers. What? Okay, there we go. What was the message of these winged messengers? So there was a spiritual communication received from the spirit world before. What were they telling you as it is relevant for the AP class at this time? Please and thank you. What was the message that was received? Thank you. The Emperor. Stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. We have Archangel Uriel. Um, this card, when I seen it, is like you need to step into your power. This is what Spirit said to you. This is what they said. The angels said to you. Some of you, if you work with Archangel Uriel specifically, totally, this is for you. It made your skin like jump. Okay, it gave you a physical confirmation. I'm gonna get the book out for this deck as well and see what else the book can add. It says leadership can change everything. This card may mean that it's time for you to be a leader to those around you, or it might indicate that you would greatly benefit from the counsel of a skilled mentor who can give you invaluable advice. Archangel Uriel can provide you with brilliant new ideas on how best to be a success. Creativity is a wonderful thing, but without logic, it can be chaos. What you need right now is a little organization and order. A few guidelines or rules will help bring your dreams to life in the most efficient and elegant way possible. This is not meant to limit you, but to help you feel empowered and in control of the direction your plans are taking you. Additional meanings of this card: an encouraging and diplomatic leader, ambitious plans, stability, a promotion, protection, authority figures, paternal role models. Archangel Uriel is the angel of great ideas and epiphanies. His name means the light of God, and truly, he can help light your way to success. When you can't quite see your way clear to the next step, he is able to give you moments of revelation that seem to come out of nowhere. Ask Archangel Uriel for assistance whenever you have a project or challenge where a creative solution is called for. So, what did you get in the past? There was some challenges around home, around family, around business, around yourself. Like you could have just been your biggest challenge. A lot of us have been our biggest challenge. But this energy of Archangel Uriel coming in with the Emperor card, let me say that real quick. Some of these home challenges and conflicts surrounding a father or a husband or a person with zodiac sign Aries. Okay. But Archangel Uriel came in and gave you ideas and epiphanies on how to best navigate that stuff. Like, no matter what the problems were, no matter what you had, it's interesting. Thank you. Problems are catalysts for great ideas. I mean, for solution oriented, great ideas, for growth. Conflicts and challenge breed great ideas and solutions. So, whatever whichever way this unfolded in your life, in your past energy, I see where you are connected to someone else. You had love for this person, pure passion, but it was set to help you learn, to help you grow, to help you stop putting the situation into anyone else's hands to handle, but truly making it somewhere where you took the lead. You decided which direction things were going. You brought some organization, some wisdom, and some direction to the situation. It's like you got in the driver's seat of what was happening with the situation. Like it's this is like I just saw it this way. Beautiful explanation. Thank you. What I just saw was like, let's say mom and dad been at work all day. Mom and dad's been at work all day. And mom comes home from work and she's trying to deal with the little ones and she is trying to get dinner started and babies washed and stuff like that. Housework done and prepare the family meal. Meanwhile, while mommy's doing all that, the other children are running amok in the house, just doing all sorts of things. Too damn much. So here comes dad. Dad's home and dad's putting down, okay, y'all, calm down, settle down. Now, listen, you should be helping your mother. Your mother's trying to do this, do that. Now, you're going to clean up the living room. You're going to help your little brother, your little sister with the homework, okay? And you're going to go take this trash out and get the laundry up, get the laundry started, change the load of laundry out, fold this laundry. Come on, guys, let's get it together. Chop, chop. It's that type of an energy that I'm getting in this in the past. So I don't know, I do feel like that's more symbolic than anything. I don't think it was literally physically happening that way for any of you, but if it was, that's hilarious because it's so cute. Talk about family efficiency. But yeah, this emperor is when daddy comes home and it's like, okay, chop chop, let's get it together now. Everybody in their place. You all walk on these floors, you all wear these clothes, and you all eat off these dishes. We're gonna get this done. It's time to get it cleaned up. And then I'm hearing the cleanup song that I made up for my grandsons when they were little. Oh my goodness. And it's so cute, you guys. Oh, I gotta tell you real quick this story. So my daughter's on the phone with my grandchildren who are home, and daddy's in there sleeping because he had to work at night. But the boys were trying so hard to get their little sister to clean. She's 4. She's my bonus granddaughter. And I told her, I said, tell the boys to sing the cleanup song with her. And do you know that was working? Come to find out it was working. Yeah, so that's cool. I made them a whole cleanup song. There was something here about not only putting in the work and getting it organized and making it happen, but it's like, let's make it fun while we do it. We can sing and clean at the same time. Okay. So there's definitely some energy here in that. Let me see. Wow. So it's about getting it together, getting organized, being the authority, delegating, getting people, like they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to handle the problem. You stepped in and in your position to, and this was divinely guided that you should do so. Like, let them know how to get it done, organize them. They need somebody to tell them what to do. All right. In the current energy with the Ark of the Covenant, show me why the Ark of the Covenant is here. What can you show me about the Ark of the Covenant? Thank you. And I love this because we already talked. I used this word a few times already. Solutions. Didn't I say that the chaos was the catalyst of the solutions? The problems was the catalyst of the answers and the solutions. And there's the solutions. Card number 14. Wow. So 4 plus 10 equals 14. And then, so that 10 is showing me physically complete. 10 fingers and 10 toes means that the baby is whole. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, uh when when the question is answered, the solution must also be available as well, but you've got to get into the frequency of the solution in order to see the solution. As long as you're sitting in the frequency of the problem, you're going to see nothing but problems. But it's like once you become aware of what the problem was, you can get into the frequency of solution, and in doing the right thing in the frequency of solution, now we're in this Ark of the Covenant energy, where we may still be in the desert, but we got an idea and we have the right thing to do with the Ark of the Covenant. We have awareness of what is appropriate action, I hear, in this case. So it says on the card, success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, and patience, forgiving and healing energy. And when we think about the example that we were given about the father coming home to find that mommy is doing all she can, handling all this chaos that's going on with the children. And so then daddy now steps in and, okay, we're going to put it all together. This muse is not the energy of the mother, but it's giving me that kind of energy because it's a creative energy, where this emperor is active energy, taking more physical action. Like mommy was making dinner and taking care of the baby, right? Getting the baby situated. But the emperor is like, daddy's going to come home and put down the law on everything else. So it's definitely more of a take action masculine energy. Let me see what the book has to say about solutions with Archangel Zadkiel. It says Archangel Zadkiel is working with you to find the perfect balance. The key to success right now is in moderation and compromise. If you're feeling stressed out, this card counsels you to take a deep breath and ask your angels and guides for assistance. Self control and patience are called for in order to create the successful outcome you are hoping for. Consider the ideas of others and try to see their point of view. Diversity of thought can bring forth the strongest possible course of action. Reconciliation of opposing viewpoints is very likely now if you approach all parties with a forgiving and fair attitude. A balanced approach, perfect orchestration, creative solutions through compromise, and healing energy. Archangel Zadkiel is the angel of memory. He can help you remember facts or aspects of situations that you may have forgotten. He is also the angel of forgiveness. Call upon Zadkiel to help when you need to regain a balanced point of view regarding others or your own past experiences. So there's right now, this is coming through in our message for us right now about you are remembering the guidance you got in the past, and it's helping you do the right thing again here and now. And there is a strong need to be patient, allowing yourself to be where you're at, as well as allowing others to be where they're at, while maintaining and getting things done. Because remember, we already had that energy come in for getting organized, getting things under control. Getting things under control according to where they're at. Remember that daddy came home and he had the children that were of age to help their younger sibling with the homework do that. They had the children that was of age to go take the trash out, do that. You know, like everybody was given age appropriate tasks to do, meaning uh, different ones of us were given different tasks. I'm seeing each of the children as different ones of us. I'm seeing the mother energy as a divine feminine. Divine feminine was cooking up something nourishing. Your soul side, your intuitive nature was cooking up something nourishing to nourish you, to feed you. While your masculine energy, this daddy energy coming in, getting organized, while your soul is cooking up all this beautiful stuff, your spirit is cooking up this nourishment for you. You still put in the work on the physical level to make something grow. I also see with this Archangel Zadkiel here in the current energy, like right now, while things are temporary situation, we mentioned new ideas are coming in, epiphanies and ideas to help you see solutions, alternative answers. What is an alternative path that is available to me that I had not been aware of, but that would totally delight me? What alternative paths are available to me for my success that I had no idea were available to me right now? I'm ready to see those. Okay, that's the energy. Let me see in the Queen of Keys where she just looks so happy with everywhere she's been and everything she's been in order to get where she's come to be. So let me see, show me more about this Queen of Keys and what will be. Thank you. Another major arcana card from the deck. We have Epiphany with Archangel Raziel coming out next. Joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others, answers that come through meditation. Oh, wow. When I read this card, it just showed me something. So, this Queen of Keys is going to hear. So, I see somebody who's going to hear from these two people that were listening to do the right thing. It's like she sent a message to them before they left that, listen, you're going to go through this, you're going to go through that, it's going to be a challenge in this way or that way. And then all of a sudden it's like she finds out, it's like she's finding out that it's working, that it's the guidance was effective, the guidance is effective. So anywhere where you told something to somebody and then they left, they went to go do their own thing, whatever message you gave them, it helped them while they were out there. Okay. I saw that come in real quick. So let me see number 9, Epiphany. This card signals that you're on a quest to discover your true self. Meditation and quiet time provide great insight into the nature of your own heart and your life purpose. This is not a time of loneliness, but of inner joy and exploring your divine light within. You might find a mentor who magically shows up at the right moment. It could also be that it's time for you to share your own spiritual journey with others who are seeking a mentor. Archangel Raziel holds up his lantern of enlightenment to welcome you to the starry mountaintop where self-discovery awaits. Consider life's mysteries, spend quiet time alone, be a light to others, heed your own counsel. Wise advice is coming your way. Archangel Raziel watches over spiritual teachers and students who are looking for insight or to tap into their own inner knowledge. You can call upon him to assist you in understanding complicated metaphysical concepts. If you're finding it difficult to meditate, ask Archangel Raziel to help quiet your mind and allow your angels and guides to bring you the spiritual insights you're seeking. In this message tonight, the most important thing that I'm getting about this is that this is from your position, looking back over everywhere you've been. This is about you sharing what you've learned with other people. You learned how to find solutions. You learned how to do the right thing even when you don't understand where the heck you're at in life. When it feels like you're lost in the middle of the desert, you still know how to do the right thing, how to trust your guidance. You know how to remember how you were put on this path for a reason, okay? And it's like you holding up that light for others. So you share it with them so that it can happen more, not just for you, but for other people as well. Okay. I want to pull some more energy here because what I'm getting is to use the Dark Goddess Tarot to see what's in the shadow energy here. Okay, that's what I want to see. What's in the shadow energy through this experience? We're definitely going to read from this book too. So let me just pull that out. The book is a little bit bigger for this deck. All right. So let's see. From the Dark Goddess Tarot, there's a shadow aspect that has to be overcome in this situation as well. So let's see what shadow aspect was at play in this. All right. And I heard one more down on the table, and then to take it from the poem. Okay. What is the shadow aspect at play in this situation? Thank you. And we have Circe, the 3 of fire energy. Interesting. So we have 3 creatures down here below where she sits. And what I'm getting is there's your way, my way, and the highway. I don't know, but that's what I got. And when I look at them, I see a lion. I'm not sure if I'm sure the book will tell us, but I see a lion, I see a bull. The creature in the middle is looking at the lion, and I want to say maybe it's a pig. Let's see what we have from the book. Let's read about Circe from the book. But it's like making magic out of these different ideas, is the way I'm seeing it. Okay, the 3 of fire. Here we are. And it says Circe is an immortal pharmakeia, a sorceress, the goddess who is credited with the invention of magic. Ooh. She lives on a sacred isle far from inhabited lands, located on the boundary between the sea and the river Oceanus, which encircles the earth. Friendly lions, bears, and wolves run through the halls of her home. Circe knows the lore of every leaf, root, berry, and flower. She blends medicines, she mixes potions, she heals and she poisons. She creates illusions that please her, glamours that hide or reveal. She is a necromancer, raising the shades of the dead to discover hidden information or foretell the future. Circe is known to be a friend to witches. An ancient invocation asks her to come cast cruel spells, hurt both these men and their handiwork. But Circe's most famous skill is metamorphosis, the transformation of one body into another, as the men of the wanderer Odysseus discover when they chance upon her shores. She pours an elixir into their drink of honey, wine, barley, and cream. After they drink, she touches her wand to their hair and chants a spell. Bristles sprout on their faces, their words become grunts, and they are changed into animals. After Circe makes peace and makes love with Odysseus, she unspells his men by similar means, returning them to themselves. She then advises Odysseus on the rest of his journey, foreseeing what he will encounter. Her advice allows him to survive the dangers. She is not jealous, knowing he will have other women before finally coming home to his wife. She has had her fun, and there are more potions to brew, more magic to cook up, and more powers to discover. When Circe appears, your creative ability is high right now. Make the most of it and make something. Express your creativity in any way and every way you can. Through participation in the arts, or by planting or arranging flowers, inventing a recipe, or developing a personal style. Permanence is an illusion, and permanence is boring. Everything changes, everything dies, but the journey can be a good one, and a legacy of work, of service, of knowledge, and of creation can remain. Mix up the things in your life. Do not keep everything in separate pigeonholes. Bringing in new elements adds vitality to the situation, but do so with thought and skill. Changing the appearance of yourself or your home is not a superficial act. It reverberates on the other levels and creates deeper change. Dress for power and pleasure rather than conformity or invisibility. What I'm getting from this in regards to the shadow aspect of what you've been through is like literally you've been afraid of your power. You've been afraid of your creative ability. You've had to learn to accept your creative ability, your magic, and how to work it. Some of you have had the ability to commune with the dead, to literally to spellcast. And I had a strong hit too when I was reading how there's a spell that invokes Circe to make them pay along with their handiwork. So it's like, that is a part of it. It's like using your power, because we mentioned in the beginning, like, you're not supposed to sit there and take a pummeling. Like, it's okay for you to defend yourself. That looks a lot like the shadow work that's gone on here. It's like, okay, because you're always trying to do the right thing, right? It's okay for you to take that motherfucker that wants to mess with you, put brujerias on you and spell work and curse on you or harass you every day, and put them in that energetic cage. It's okay for you to do defense actions. It's okay for you to take defensive measures. No, we're not going to go out and look to beat anybody up with our magic or with our fists. But if anybody comes attacking you with their magic or their fists, you have the right to use yours to defend them. And that could have been one of the shadow parts that, why the emperor was like, oh no, we need to get some organization, and get this house in order. Everything in this house has been running amok because why? You've been afraid to defend yourself. You've been afraid to protect your energy. You've been afraid to send that shit back to center multiplied. Okay, something like that. Not anymore. I heard not anymore. Okay, we're not playing. No, I heard no more Mr. Nice Guy. Okay, and we're not talking about a guy. We're talking about whoever you are. Okay. However you identify. I am picking up Starseed Oracle energy. So let's see some guidance for the tribe who's in resonance with this message here for the AP class. Okay. So what else can you show? Again, they're showing me for this deck to shuffle 3 times this way. Interesting. So yeah, in this, for you to be able to share your light, you had to maintain it. Okay, you had to maintain it. I heard you couldn't allow it to be snuffed out. Okay. What's the guidance for the tribe in this energy? Okay, thank you. Empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty, absorbing what's not yours. This came out in the download, if I'm not mistaken. Is this mine? It's important to ask, is this mine? Because you are so sensitive, so empathic, so psychic that it's easy for you to pick up on energies of other people and then confuse yourself thinking that it was actually you feeling that, thinking that, wanting that, desiring that. And you're picking up on the energy of people around you. And I'm glad that that came out today in the readings, because I kind of forgot that. It's been a while since I used that question. And I feel like that's a highly beneficial move right there. Is this mine? Remember that you're highly empathic. Let's see what the book has to say. Since we're reading so many books today, we may as well keep reading books. Empathic starseed is on page 64. So that's lover's energy. That's emperor energy. That's perfect message for what I've just said, because it's your choice. Will you use your authority? Will you protect yourself? Okay. It's your choice. I heard. All right. Empathic starseeds are here to shift the world through their physical presence alone. They don't need to do anything beyond being here, thanks to the energetic change their physical presence causes. Due to their highly sensitive nature, empathic starseeds can struggle with being on Earth and in a physical body. Many are prone to addiction and depression, or tend to mistake, other people's feelings and moods for their own. I just said that. Natural introverts, they tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. Crowds can be overwhelming for them. If this card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself. Allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but Perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it to the world. Indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. And it asks you a question: how can you take better care of yourself energetically? Um, this I'm so glad we read the book, because this is something that I have received it through so many different messages that we've channeled here, talking about how it's just your physical presence. Like, you really don't have to do nothing. You are a catalyst. You being who you are a catalyst that sparks and triggers growth in other people. It triggers spiritual processes to begin unfolding in other people's lives just by your being alive, just by your physical presence alone. That is already happening. And you have been giving so much to these challenges and conflicts that have been going on, and we talked about family issues, right? So you could have done so much for the family that you drained yourself, when in reality, like, you've got all these freaking people around you. You love them, they're your family and all that, yeah, but boy, I just want to be by my fucking self right now. And that's okay. Literally, what I got from that reading from the empathic starseed is like, when you feel like you just don't want to do nothing, it's okay for you to not do nothing. It's like, you don't have to feel guilty for taking time to just step back and take care of you. So let's see what archetype from the Caroline Miss archetype cards is coming out as guidance for the AP class at this time in this energy. Let's see what comes out. And again, I'm seeing to shuffle the deck 3 times on the table and take it from the palm. So let's see. Most important guidance for the AP class at this time, please and thank you. All right. It's this one right here. Wow, Virgin. So we're going to use the light attribute since it's a guidance. It says maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. You've got to do what feels right to you. If you're out here doing things that you don't feel right doing, it's going to take that symbolic purity right up out of you. And that's not the course for you right now. It's important for you to maintain your integrity, which we also spoke of already. You've got the magic in you. Use it wisely. Use it in a way of integrity. Make sure that you're not giving of yourself things that you know you shouldn't. It's okay for you to disconnect so that you can reconnect once you've recharged yourself. Also, as a spiritual worker, it's important for you to realize, like, you don't have to connect directly to any other human's energy. That is extremely draining. A lot of people who read cards talk about being drained from doing too many readings and stuff like that. Yeah, that's because they're trying to connect to a person's energy. You don't plug a vacuum into a charger. You plug a vacuum into an electrical socket. The electrical socket is plugging into source. The charger would be plugging into another human. A human alone is a limited source of energy, and if they're not tapped into source, like, it's not going to sustain. So when you do your spiritual work, remember, you always plug in first. You tap into source energy. And anywhere where you're channeling messages for other people, you know why my readings work? Is because I'm connected to source, and source is what all of you ultimately are. All of us are ultimately source. And source is reinvigorating, re energizing constantly Energy, source, being tapped into source is not draining, it's in energizing. And then being tapped into source, you literally have access to all that is, because source is all that is. So anything you need to know, you can know because you're tapped into the source. So before you do your work, before you, I don't know, because I also saw in this message, like you could be thinking about two specific people who are out there in a temporary situation from your castle over here on the hill, and you could be sending energy to them. That's okay. It won't drain you if you're tapped into source. It's important to be tuned in, tapped in, turned on with source. Okay. Keep your energy pure. There's also, I don't think I need to tell you all this, but for whatever reason, I need to say, don't use dark entities, and you don't need to call on entities to do things for you. That's disempowering. It's also vibration lowering. Keep your energy pure. Keep your energy pure. Do it with a pure heart and a pure uh intention is, yeah, a pure heart and a pure intention. Okay? So, this is what we have for the AP class at this time. I'm so thankful and grateful to be here to deliver this message for you. Until next time, sending you so much love and peace and happiness. Kamsahamnida. Gracias, little baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.